All right, let's talk about this Lakers versus Pistons game coming up on December 30th, 2025. On the surface, it looks like one thing, but a really powerful computer model is saying something completely different, something very confident, and we're going to break down exactly why.
So here's how we'll tackle this. First, we'll look at the matchup itself. Then, I'll introduce you to the prediction model that's making this call. We'll check the official betting lines, and then we'll really get into the weeds and decode the logic before revealing the final prediction.
Okay, first up, the clash itself. This game looks pretty straightforward when you just glance at the standings, but trust me, once you start digging into the details, things get complicated fast. So here's the basic setup. You've got the Detroit Pistons, who are just lighting up the Eastern Conference with that incredible 24-8 record. They're visiting a Lakers team that, well, just managed to stop the bleeding on a 3-game losing streak. It kind of feels like two ships passing in the night, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's not that simple at all. See, the Pistons, for all their success, are actually on a bit of a slide. They've dropped their last 2 games. And the Lakers? Well, any momentum they have is completely overshadowed by a huge problem. They are banged up. We're talking key guys, Austin Reaves and Hachimura, both officially out. So that's the big question, right? How in the world do you make a call here? You've got a top-tier team that's suddenly cold, going up against a team that's missing major players but just got a win. It's a total mess. And honestly, just going with your gut here is probably a bad idea.
And that is exactly why we're not using our gut. We're turning to a tool that's built to cut through all this noise and find the real data-driven answer. Instead of just guessing, we're looking at what the SportsLine projection model says. Now, this isn't just some simple algorithm. This thing is a beast. It simulates this exact Lakers-Pistons game 10,000 times, factoring in every possible variable to see what happens most often.
And you know what? This thing works. I mean, just look at the numbers. Over the last 8+ seasons, if you'd bet $100 on its top-rated NBA picks, you'd be up over $10,000. The track record is for real.
And it's not just some long-term thing. Lately, the model has been absolutely on fire. It's on a sizzling 32-14 run on its best NBA spread picks. That is red hot.
Okay, so we know the model is legit. Now let's see what the odds makers, the folks in Vegas, are thinking about this matchup. What do the official betting lines look like?
Well, the so-called experts have the visiting Pistons as small favorites, just by 2.5 points. But the number we really need to focus on is that over-under, the total combined score. It's set at 232.5 points. Keep that number in your head. Because this is where it gets really interesting. The model has a very strong opinion on that total, and it's not just a guess. It's all based on cold, hard data. So let's break down the why. So why is the model so confident the final score will go under 232.5? It's not one thing, it's a perfect storm of 3 factors. Detroit's ridiculous defense, the huge offensive hole on the Lakers roster, and the fact that neither of these teams can shoot from deep.
First, let's just appreciate this Pistons defense for a second. It isn't just good, it's a legit powerhouse. We're talking top 5 in defensive rating and points allowed, number 1 in blocks. They are a brick wall designed to shut offenses down.
So, you take that elite defense, and you pit it against a Lakers offense that's coming in seriously wounded. Without Reaves and Hachimura, LA is missing almost 40 points per game from their lineup. That's a massive void to fill against anyone, let alone a defensive juggernaut like Detroit. And then there's the final nail in the coffin for a high-scoring game. Neither of these teams can hit the broadside of a barn from 3-point range. I mean, both rank in the bottom 10 of the league. That means you're not going to see these crazy, quick-scoring bursts. This is shaping up to be a real grind.
So the model takes all of this, the shutdown defense, the missing firepower, the bad shooting, and runs it through those 10,000 simulations. And what does it find? It finds that the total score stays under that 232.5 line a whopping 56% of the time. That's a clear majority.
All right, so after sifting through all the conflicting numbers, the injury reports, and the model's powerful analysis, let's finally put a bow on this and get to the final data-driven takeaway.
Based on everything we've seen, Detroit's suffocating D, the Lakers' massive injuries, and both teams' shooting woes, the model's #1 prediction is this: take the under. It's projecting these teams to score fewer than 232.5 points combined.
So the data makes a really strong case for a low-scoring, defensive slugfest. But that leaves one last juicy question hanging in the air, doesn't it? In a tight game like that, who actually covers the spread? Well, the model has a pick for that too, and it definitely gives us a lot more to think about before this game tips off.